Hi, Shannon here from houseimprovements.com. Today we're going to give you the video on removing an old dishwasher and installing a new one. Pretty basic job. You don't need a lot of fancy tools. You basically need a screwdriver, water pump pliers, maybe a small crescent wrench. That's really all you're going to need for tools. Really simple, so we're going to get at it. Okay, so first of all we're going to cover removing the old dishwasher. So the very first thing you want to do is find your breaker in the basement on the fuse box for the dishwasher. Most important. So we want to disconnect the power altogether from the dishwasher so there's no chance of electrocuting yourself. Then you should find, usually under your sink, you're going to find a valve where the water line to the dishwasher goes to. Turn the water off. If you can't find that connection, just shut the main water off to the house and relieve some pressure through one of the sinks in the house. So we've already done that. I've disconnected the power, shut the power off. I've turned the water off. Now, one of the first things we can do is open up the dishwasher here. You're going to find two screws on two mounting brackets here. Just simply unscrew those from the bottom of the countertop. And this is just holding it in there from tipping over when you're opening it and using it. Okay, so we've got those out of there. Now, next thing to do is there should be a access panel at the very bottom down in the kick space. There should be usually two screws. Remove that panel, and underneath there we're going to find all our water hookups and our electrical hookup. Okay, so we've removed that panel. Now I'm going to undo a screw on the electrical box right down here in the right hand corner. Like so, then this little door should come off. And you'll find your wiring hookup right here. And actually this one's illegal. There should be wire protection in the hole in the back where the feed wire is coming from, and in this case they just shoved it through the hole. There should be a clamp there that helps hold the wire in place and protects it. So we will be installing definitely one on the new one. You'll see that when we do that. So anyways, I've got this exposed. Simply take the wire nuts off, the morettes, and there's a ground wire screwed in behind this clamp, barely. This one really wasn't grounded very well. Okay, so we've got the electrical all free. When I pull the dishwasher out, that wire will just simply slip right out the back and we'll be reusing that part. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to go back inside of the cabinets and undo the water supply line and the drain lines, and then we'll pull the dishwasher out. Okay, so I've got all the lines underneath the sink area as far as the drain and the water hookup disconnected. I've also disconnected the drain under the dishwasher. Make sure you have a towel and a bucket handy to catch any water. So we've got everything disconnected. We should be able to slide the old dishwasher right out. A little bit of wiggling. On the better dishwashers, there'll be some soundproofing, kind of an insulated blanket wrapped around it. That all comes out. Okay. So we've got that all removed from here. We're just going to pull the last few lines out, get the old dishwasher out of the way, clean up the area, and we'll prep the new dishwasher to slide it into place. Okay, so we've got the old dishwasher all removed, all the old lines and stuff out of the way. We're going to get ready to prep the new dishwasher. We've pulled it over relatively close to the area we're working. Just be cautious of the flooring as well when you're moving the dishwasher around, especially vinyl flooring. You don't want to cut it. Wood floor could scratch. So if you have an extra set of hands, it's definitely helpful. So a couple things we're going to look at before we go too much further is when you buy the dishwasher, if you look inside, it's going to come with the drain hose and the appropriate clamps. So that's all going to be there. What it doesn't come with is the water line, the water supply line. So what I like to use is this nice braided line. It's a high pressure water line made for this. Most hardware stores carry these. It's already ready to go. So we've got our ends on the end to fit what we need to do. Something else that you need to purchase, there's two different styles, and this is an elbow for on the bottom of the dishwasher, and this is for the water hookup. So you're going to find a fitting underneath that's either going to fit this end of this coupler here, and this would be Teflon taped and threaded in, and then the water line, the braided one, is going to thread to there. Or you're going to find one that looks more like almost like your garden hose outside, and then it takes this type of fitting. It's got an rubber O-ring inside. You're going to screw it on there, and again the braided line fits on the other end. The dishwasher we have today is going to use this type of fitting. So that's the water lines. And then for the electrical hookup, I was mentioning how the old one wasn't really up to code as far as the way it was set up. Now, in the electrical box that's mounted on the dishwasher, there's a hole or a punch-out round area that needs this type of a clamp put in there. And your electrical wire will come from the wall or the floor, wherever it is, through this clamp into the box. There's a little screw here to tighten it up. This does two things. It secures the wire to the dishwasher, and it also protects the wire from the sharp edge that's in that box that comes on the dishwasher. So you definitely want this part, and of course a couple of morettes for tying the wires together. Okay, so to start out with, what I'm going to do is lie the dishwasher on its back and prep some of this stuff. It's much easier to do out here when it's not in the cabinet, and I don't have to lay on my belly for quite so much stuff. So I'm just going to roll it ahead here a little bit and carefully lay it on its back. Okay, so we've got it laid down. Here you can see the water inlet. This is part of the dishwasher, and this is where one or the other of the fittings will go on that I was explaining to you about. In our case, we need this one. So I'm going to first attach one end of the water line, water supply braided line, on here. And these braided lines have a rubber fitting inside, so you don't need Teflon tape or anything. That's what makes these things so great, and they're flexible. They can go just about any direction you need them to go. So we've got it secured on there. Now we're going to secure the whole fitting to the dishwasher. Just got to find the way that it fits in there the nicest without disturbing any of the wiring or other plumbing. So make sure you don't have it cross-threaded or anything like that. Get it nice and snug with your fingers. Give it a little bit of a tighten with the water pump pliers. Don't overdo it. That's just a plastic fitting on the dishwasher. There, we should be good. And we want that elbow to be facing towards the back of the dishwasher when all's said and done. It's usually the best route. So we've got the water line prepped up on there. This line that you're going to find flapping around here is the drain line, and it is part of the dishwasher. Now you'll find in the dishwasher you had this other drain. It's basically the extension of that. And I didn't get the clamps out of the dishwasher. I'm going to have to roll this thing back up. So you're going to find a little goodie package in here with your manuals and everything, and it's going to have the clamps for these other hoses in there. And there's usually two different sized ones. So you just got to pick the size for your application. I'm going to lay it on its back again. Okay, so we've got attached to the dishwasher line, we've got a kind of a rubber end there. Just find which one of these fits it the best. And use your pliers just to get it on there so it's over the hose to start with. And it's marked right on here where the clamp position is. So just slide it past that until you get the other hose inside of it. Okay, so just put it way back there. Slip this guy inside. As far in there as you can get it. Like so. There's little ribs on the end of that, so you want to make sure they're inside the rubber. Then reposition this clamp that you put on there a minute ago so that it's sitting right where the manufacturer has it marked to be. Take a little bit of farting around to get it on there. There we go. Okay, so we've got that all started. We've got our drain lines, our water lines are all on there. If you have enough wire coming out of the cabinet from the old dishwasher that you could bring it out and get it pre-wired in this position, that'd be excellent. In this case, we don't on this particular one, so we're going to have to do it once the dishwasher's sitting right down there in place. But that's not a big deal, but it's just much easier to do it now. But I am going to get this off. I need a different screwdriver. Okay, so I'll got the right screwdriver now. I'm going to unscrew this electrical cover. This little panel just swings to the side and comes right off. Okay, so we've got the cover off of the electrical area now, and here you can see the hole where on our other dishwasher the wire was just through here. This is a very sharp edge. By code there needs to be protection in there and a clamp of some sort. So we're going to insert this clamp. It gives protection to the wire and allows us to clamp the wire to the box. Ideally, you usually want this clamp inside here, but it's hard to get at to tighten the screw after. So I usually pop it in the back side and it just kind of squeezes in the hole. This way afterwards I can at least kind of get at it with the screwdriver from the back side to tighten that screw. Okay, so we've got the electrical area prepped up, and in, like I said, in our case our feed wire isn't long enough to reach the dishwasher in this position, so we're going to have to slide it all into position to finish the hookup. Okay, so we stuck the dishwasher back on its wheels the right way. We fed all these water lines and drain lines out the back underneath it, and before I slide it into position I've got to insert these lines into the pre-drilled holes. When you buy a dishwasher, if there was an existing dishwasher where you are installing this, then you're going to need to drill these holes, and in the instruction manual it gives you all the best places and hole sizes and everything. So in this case obviously we've already removed a dishwasher. We're going to reuse the existing holes. So I'm just going to feed them in there. This one's a tight fit. Okay, so we've got them started in there. We've got the wire laying down flat on the floor, so it's not going to get caught up, hopefully. And we're ready to start wheeling the dishwasher into the hole. Okay, so we've got it, the hoses all started in there. We're going to get the dishwasher lined up with our hole. It's usually pretty tight, this sound barrier or this insulation that's to reduce the sound noise. is going to want to bunch up a lot of times, so you got to take your time, get it in there, try to keep that laying in nice to be fully functional for how it was intended. At the same time, once you get it in little by little, you're going to have to go inside the cabinet and pull your water and drain lines in a bit to get the slack. So we just want to keep tucking this insulation, because it does want to bunch up, like I said. So far, so good. Just double check your power lines now and again, make sure they're not all tangled up. Because you want that to come straight out to the front where you can get at it after. Now when you've got it almost all the way in this bag of goodies that was inside of it are a couple brackets. If they're not in this bag, they're already attached to the dishwasher. These are the brackets that are going to screw up to the bottom side of the countertop after. And they just clip into some little slots here on the back lip of the dishwasher. So just be sure you got those in place before you get it all the way in. Okay, there we go. So this dishwasher has all its controls along the top edge, so obviously you want to leave them out just enough that you can still get at it to control the dishwasher. And it looks like these little tabs are going to have to, there's a mark on them where we can break them off. They're a little long for this application, so I'm just going to pull it out a little bit, trim those tabs off, and then we'll get it all mounted, finished mounted in. So once you've got it sitting in there, lined up the way you want it, you probably have to pull it out and cut these little tabs off, the mounting tabs. So I'm just going to wiggle it out a little bit. And take my tin snips and cut these. So we've just trimmed those off. Hope that one came unhooked. Okay, we got her back in there. Now I can slide it in to where I wanted it. Which is going to be about there. I'm just looking that it's equal along the countertop. We've got a little bit of a difference here on the side, but the cabinetry isn't quite plumb. There is some adjustment with the front feet on the dishwasher. If you need to tilt the dishwasher a bit, we've already adjusted that up as high as we can go, so we had to kind of find a happy medium, and I think this is it. So now I've got that in as far as I want it. I want to try to open it up without moving it. And again, in our package that had our clamps and everything, there's a couple screws for this mount here. We can mount it up into the bottom of the countertop edge. Like that. That just keeps it from tipping it, you know, when it's open and the trays are out. Keeps it in the hole. Okay, so we got the main part done. Now we're going to go down below and do the wiring hookup. Okay, so we've rehooked up all our drain lines and our water lines underneath the sink area here. Turned the water back on. Now we're just looking for leaks, making sure it's not dripping at the water connection here, and as well underneath the dishwasher where we hooked to that goofy elbow. If everything looks good, which I think we look all right there. Everything looks good there. I'm going to put the cover back on the wire connection area, and then we're going to run the dishwasher through a cycle, recheck for leaks, and if everything's good, then we can put the bottom cover on. Okay, so that was our dishwasher replacement and installation video. You can also find on our website at houseimprovements.com an article written on exactly the same thing, as well as a second article on features and options to look for when shopping for a dishwasher. So you can check those out on our website. You can go to our Facebook page and like us there if you would like to, and check out any of our other videos on our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot.